So the Tantric tradition uses a very simple symbol to express the creation of reality and chooses two lovers. It's quite a beautiful one. That's why Tantra is the way of the lovers. And we recognize the classical Tantric text because it's a conversation between Shiva and Shakti, two lovers. Shiva represents absolute consciousness and Shakti represents bliss coming into form. So formless and form, consciousness and bliss. And we are all pretty familiar with the image of the Yab-Yam. The Shakti sits on the lap of Shiva. It's because Shakti comes from Shiva. It doesn't mean she's smaller, it doesn't mean she's lesser, it's got nothing to do with sexism. It's just really the symbol, and it's interesting because also in Christianity we have the story of Adam and Eve was made with the body of Adam. It means that form, it's made with the body of consciousness. That consciousness imbibe form in every aspect. And in the Tantric tradition, because we are lovers, the image is much more raw. So Shakti sits on the lap of Shiva while Shiva penetrates her. They are in lovemaking, which symbolically means that consciousness penetrates every expression in this world, every form, every manifestation. And so, in other words, we can say that the feminine is the body of desire, is the embodiment of the desire of Shiva to know himself. And the embodiment become the world manifests as we know it. And so I really like to work with women in this inquiry because I see so much that women are the one that objectify themselves, you know. Yes, also men and also patriarchy. We can call it patriarchy. Patriarchy educates us all to objectify pretty much everything, actually. Even spiritual teaching. We package it and we sell them. Everything becomes an object and we can do something with it. And so sex is very much objectified and sold as a product, instead of seeing sex as the movement of reality. And so the same goes with the body of women. It's very much objectified on magazines, on movies, for fashion. I mean, what woman in their clear mind would want to wear high-heel platform shoes, you know? They harm your feet, they harm your legs. It's because we forget of our essence and we just look at the appearance of woman. And so we become object, and then we beautify this object. We separate ourselves from ourselves. We look in the mirror and we think that that one needs fixing, and I have judgment about her, an idea of what she should do or she shouldn't do. So now the inquiry that the Tantric tradition invites you is, okay, what if we come back and remember that you are the subject of your desire, not the object. So the ego objectifies everything because it needs to create a separation, to look back at things. But consciousness is the subject of everything. So what if you start living your embodiment as the subject of your own desire? So it doesn't matter any longer what you look like, but what really matters is how you feel like. How do you feel in this moment? How does it feel to dance, to make love as the subject of your experience when there is no one separated from this subjectivity to comment on your experience? The one that has a comment and a judgment is the part of my ego when it's split. So we have practices in the tradition to bring yourself back into being the totality of the essence of your experience. There is no more split. Can you just be consciousness having an experience of desire? desiring to be yourself, desiring to fall in love with this one, feeling, breathing, smelling, living. How would your life would look like if you will be the subject of your living experience at all time?